What's good, everybody? This is Y and Z Conversation Between the Generations. Which generations, you may be asking? Well, it's in the show title, Y and Z. Still a little bit lost? I'll walk you down. Y, aka the Millennials, the greatest generation to ever grace the face of this planet, is represented by yours truly. I go by Jay Clark. The other half of that, Gen Z, see? Y and Z. Represented by the baby of the group, the young one over there in the blue cap, Xavier.
Yes, sir.
Eagles, how you doing this week?
Man, I'm doing amazing, man. We've already said it one too many times, but it is indeed the most wonderful time of the year.
It is, and not for the reason you think. You're a little disrespectful right now. I'm gonna call you out. Disrespectful for coming on this podcast with a Smurf hat during this week.
Hey, let me
Shout
say
out,
it.
shout out to all the good brothers of Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Happy Founders Day to you. The ones that started it all. First of all, we shall transcend all. Yeah, that black and old gold, and you got that blue hat on. Disrespectful to me and my frat brothers. Yeah, that's all. That's all you can say. We're gonna have some fun this week. Like, share, and subscribe. YZ the Divide. J Clark 7. I'm gonna get my words together. J Clark 787. The real Xavier Lewis on social media platforms. The young bro ain't left Elon Musk yet. I doubt he'll get over to Blue Sky because you know them young ones, they don't like to be
Not
where
yet.
the things be happening. But anywho, we got to talk about chapter 40 1100 and Kendrick Lamar versus Drake real quick because
He ain't gonna let it go, bro. Let's just start off by saying that Drake is not gonna take his L. He's not.
he need to because he keep making it worse. It's one of those situations like you made some shit, and instead of choosing to lay in your bed, you like, can I make this worse? How'd you make it worse? Well, you decided to file a lawsuit because you mad.
So I went down the rabbit hole.
Tell me
So
about the rabbit hole, sir.
technically, let me educate the folks right quick. Technically, what Drake did was make an HR complaint. So Drake is on one label here. Kendrick is on another label here.
No.
Labels,
There you go. There you go. Under the same umbrella.
both labels of under the same umbrella of Universal Music Group. Drake, instead of actually filing a lawsuit, he just goes to Universal Music Group and is like, don't think y'all were playing fair. Think y'all bought him streams. Think y'all did this. I think y'all did that. It wasn't really that popular. It wasn't really that good. And not only did he do that, he put on the back end. He was like, y'all shouldn't have let him release it. It made me look too bad.
This is what happens. What's that line in what is it? Batman, the second one, Dark Knight Returns. No, the Dark Knight. Yeah, Dark Knight. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
And that's what Drake is doing right now.
And it's questionable how much of a hero Drake really was. But literally, this man is complaining in full light-skinnedness to management about the same shit that helped him get hot.
This is exactly what the issue is with the whole thing. He's like, I need you to prove that y'all pushed him. Did they not do the same thing with you when you had mediocre music, but somehow in some way it was on every playlist, it was on every music station, it was being streamed out of the water?
Somehow he is considered one of the greatest rappers of all time. And
The
is
same thing that UMG did for Drake. And it was because like during the whole Drake and Kendrick beef, Drake was under renegotiations with UMG trying to get more money. So he felt like they pushed Kendrick just so they could somehow, some way discredit how impactful Drake was or whatever. And so now he's acting like his genitals are split in two.
how do you feel about Drake? Because at this point, we're not saying the man's career is over, but he gonna need some time away. I don't know if he'll be able to come back from it.
Definitely, he definitely will. I think Drake right now is just like, okay, he needs to take at least a 3 to 5 year hiatus and just
Oh,
don't do nothing.
he does that, he's done. He can't take
I
that long,
don't.
but he
No,
definitely
I
needs to take
think
like a
I
year.
think that'll be beneficial for him, bro. If he,
Three,
or at least I'm gonna put it like this: 3 to 5 year hiatus of no single music. Like I think Drake can survive for 3 to 5 years on features, but releasing his own music, bro, I can't see it, bro.
he need to go away in the dark for a good year. Just go away
Well, I
for
mean, with everybody's attention span, you're right. Like 3 to 5 might feel like a
3 to
whole
5 is
decade.
done. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a
But
wrap.
if
Because
it's a whole year, I mean, because how people's attention span is now, a whole year might feel like 5 years to some people.
three to 5 years puts him at 20 years in the game.
True, true.
He's already way past like so. Before we get off this, I'm just curious. What is how do I want to phrase this? Because it's a split love between the generations here. Drake really is between us both.
True, true.
That's he's your era though, so he's more on
Yeah,
your side.
he really came to fame with my folks. That's true.
He defines your era to an extent. What is y'all's relationship with Drake? How are y'all feeling about like we know y'all propped him up to be the end all be all, but how do you really feel about the man?
I mean, honestly, I think that's if I'm being real lately, I think that might be one of the biggest culture shifts we're seeing is a culture that's more centered towards Drake to a culture that's centered more towards Kendrick. And I don't think Drake ever saw this coming. I think he thought, for the most part, my generation as a whole was going to ride behind him so much that Kendrick wasn't going to go over.
Because y'all don't know no better.
Right,
Y'all have
right.
y'all don't have good taste like that.
But for some odd reason, my generation loved what Kendrick did and they ran with it.
I guess because y'all are what's the word? Bandwagon folk. Y'all like to hop on one thing to the next.
No, but bandwagoning is what made Drake famous.
To an extent, to an extent. What really helped Drake pop on the scene, which is the Drake that I fuck with. This is the Drake that I fuck with. Is early Drake. Like I remember 2006.
Okay, that's what got him on the scene, but that's not what like shot him to the moon.
What shot him to the moon is being the culture vulture that he is, and
Yeah,
authentic and everything that Kendrick called him out. But what got him to the scene is what I fuck with that mixtape Drake. I'll
yeah,
even give you
yeah.
one album, but after that, when I continued to grow up and Drake didn't, it was like, yeah, you just a corny ass. Like he's corny. Like
Yeah,
he the dude. He's like you only doing what you do, or you only cool because you got some money and are able to be on Front Street, like
right.
stealing other people's girls. And he a corny dude. And as a strong member and delegate of the light skinned representation here,
That's you, bro. I'm in the middle. I don't fall between. I
it's
don't
okay.
fall light skin or dark skin.
I embrace it. One of my names on Twitter is Light Skin Classic. That's what my wife calls me. Especially when I had my curls back. Anyways, let me get back on track here. Yeah, that Negro just he need to go away, and I still need to know whether Kendrick is going to play "Not Like Us" at the Super Bowl halftime show. Uh,
Hey, bro. Let me just say this: Super Bowl is in New Orleans. Super Bowl is in New Orleans.
Nolans.
If Kendrick don't do not like us, it'll be the biggest missed opportunity of his life.
Ooh, watch him do. Watch him drop a remix of some way, shape, or form of like a mix of that West
Whoa.
Coast with that Nolans bounce.
It's gonna be
Find a way to make that. Ooh.
lit.
Anyways, we'll wait to see because clearly this saga is not over. It's going
Nah,
to
bro.
carry over into 2025. But look, hey, I'm happy for y'all because y'all are actually getting to see what cultural
True.
moments used to feel like and be like. Like this been something that's been popping since early 24, and we still on this way. That's how it used to be all the damn time, and y'all don't know nothing about that. Anywho, we're gonna have some fun this week. It's the holiday season, so I know he all giddy and bouncy over there. He probably hopped up on some sugar dusts Fairy Snow. He probably been listening to Mariah 50 million times. Because he been ready for Christmas since the 4th of July. But we go fully embrace it now. It's we post Thanksgiving. It is time. It is time.
Yeah.
And so one of the key things about Christmas is that Christmas music.
It
And so
has a sound.
what we gonna do today? I said 10, right? 10.
Damn, bruh.
We gonna come up with a joint once again. Top 10 Christmas songs. This is not a specific version. This is just the song itself. Now, some might have an artist attached if it makes the list.
Okay. Okay.
So before we start to compile this list, what are some songs we need to have on? What are some of your favorites
I
that we're gonna
think
try and rearrange here?
I think the only true, well, I ain't gonna say true. Well, I don't know. This makes the argument for the only true standalone Christmas original song. All I want for Christmas is you.
That's not in my top 10.
You cannot help but to put that song in a joint top 10, though. She does
If we
bake
do, if we do,
year
it's early.
after year.
It's early. Like, if that makes it, it's gonna be at the bottom, 10, 9, something.
It got to be in there, though.
We'll see.
Like,
What?
it's not, don't get me wrong, it's not in my top 10 either. But I do game recognize game. And I'm just like, I bet.
I need a notepad. Where's my notepad at? Let me take some notes here, because I will forget. I'm getting up there in age.
Age.
And this young one here. Okay, so let's see. All I want for Christmas. Okay, okay. We'll see. Okay. I mean, you got to have a silent night. You got to have an oh holy
Definitely.
night. You
You
got to
gotta
have
have Silent Night, Oh Holy Night. I think you definitely gotta have Santa Claus is coming to town. Some
Santa.
form of
Yep.
rendition of that.
You got to have a version of the Christmas song.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, some version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I feel like that falls in there.
you got
I
Rudolph.
think that's a little bit lower on the list, though, if we're being real.
You got Frosty.
The Grinch.
Oh, come all ye faithful. Oh, you're a mean one.
Yeah.
So before we can, real quick, here's one of the issues with this. It's because you have two clear sides here. And you've got the secular side, which don't give a damn that it's Jesus' birthday.
And then you have a
And then you got
plethora
the other
of
side,
gospel songs.
which is all about Jesus' birthday. And I'm like in the middle, like Rodney King. Can't we all just get along?
I need a little bit of both,
I need a little bit
right?
of both. The perfect mix is in the both.
That's true.
But I'm not gonna lie, if you made me pick a side, them gospel ones gonna smack harder. And
It's so
here's
many
why.
ways to do them. It's so many ways to do them.
Because here's the problem with your not, let's put your secular ones. And I'll write them down, like Winter Wonderland.
This Christmas.
White Christmas. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
This Christmas.
This Christmas. Songs like that. Some of them are weather based. And
Baby, it's cold outside.
and this is especially when I lived in New Zealand, and it's Christmas is a summer thing. Them songs just don't hit the same.
Baby,
Especially like
it's cold outside.
being in the South, it's like, okay, at Winter Wonderland, ain't no snow getting down
I'm
here.
like,
This Christmas
sleigh
ain't
bells
got-
ring, are you glistening?
No, it's still like 70 degrees out here. I'm
Exactly.
listening from some sweat. That's what I'm listening from. So those just don't hit the same. But them gospel ones, ooh,
Go tell it on the mountain.
that's a good one. Don't know if it's gonna make my top 10 necessarily.
But it's a fire one, though.
Little Drummer Boy.
Little Drummer Boy, definitely a top 10.
All ye faithful.
Oh, come all you faithful. Yes.
See, now you're gonna make me go into my Christmas playlist just to make sure I'm not missing nothing. Cause just got
Wait, don't make me pull out mine.
oh, come on, sir. Come on, sir. Come on. But as we get into this top 10, what is your personal What's a personal like top three?
Definitely Oh Holy Night. And because they're just when I say that song is so good to me, I'm gonna be honest. Can I be honest? Let me be honest. Silent Night is not even in my top 20. I'm gonna tell you
Whoa,
why.
whoa,
Tell
whoa,
you why.
whoa,
Let
whoa,
me throw that
sir.
curveball out there. I feel like people butcher that song more than they master it.
Oh, but when it's mastered though, when it's mastered,
When
oh,
it's mastered, it's still not topping Oh Holy Night being mastered.
mm, okay, here's why I want to argue with you on that a little bit is because for me, top spot 1A and 1B, and especially if you look through my playlist, the two songs I had the most versions of,
Can't be
it's
Silent Night. Oh no.
Silent Night, No Holy Night. So those are the two for me. Like I might give a little edge to Oh Holy Night simply because if you even if you're non-denominational, atheist, Judas,
Whatever, bro.
Islam, I don't care what. You need to be in somebody's good church one time
Once.
to hear a version of Oh Holy Night. Because the reason
Bruh.
why
And it the language changes for that song as well.
even if you don't do the language changes, even if you just do it in English or whatever,
It's heavy on that song.
that song will raise the hair on like that. That's one of the ones it's got to get to you. Like if that song don't get to you, like oh, it just not even necessarily the message, but just the beauty of it, and just you get the right vocalist on that. Oh, like because
Yeah.
there's I think the edge that the gospel songs have over the secular ones is it's the best of both worlds.
I'm gonna tell you one song that honestly teeters the line of gospel and secular so well, and that is Hallelujah.
I don't know why that one is considered Christmas. I recognize why we can include it here if we so
Right,
choose,
but
but there's
it's
nothing
so interesting,
like
right?
there's nothing Christmassy about the song. Like it's not even about
No,
the birth,
no.
but yet,
It's about well, at least the first verse. It's about David.
right, ain't got not a lick to do with Jesus, but it's a
Nope.
beautiful one. But yeah, I don't know if it'll make it. So let me see. Let me count real quick. Because honestly, I don't know if we can count the one offs for this, but we'll see. We got All I Want. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We got 17 listed right now. So so I guess yeah, let's start
We
from
ain't even put Jingle Bells on there.
Jingle Bells. This let's start from the top. So number one, I think we can both agree is Oh Holy Night.
Definitely.
Like
Number one on the list will forever be a Holy Night.
Oh Holy Night.
I'll
Okay,
tell you, just like for a little side piece, I'm gonna be honest. My favorite rendition of Oh Holy Night
we'll get to
is
that. We'll get to that. Don't, not yet.
oh,
Not yet.
ooh,
We're gonna
not yet, not yet. Okay.
not yet. Not yet. We just getting our top 10
We got to do this in another episode. Yeah, we got to do the
Christmas
favorite renditions.
songs. This isn't any specific version or rent. These are just the songs. Oh, Holy Night. What do we need at a number? I'm getting. I'm thinking it's got to be this Christmas or Santa coming to town.
For number two,
Well, let's see if we can get the let's get the 10 in. So you got to have it this
yeah,
Christmas.
let's do 110, 2 9. Yeah, let's do it like that.
So you got to have it this Christmas, right? What's another one you have to have? I guess you got to have a Santa coming to town. That's a
Yeah,
classic.
you got to put that in there.
White
Yeah,
Christmas. I think that's a classic. Like even you're dreaming of it. That's a classic.
yeah. So,
Uh,
so I think as much you still have to put Silent Night up there,
respect,
especially
sir.
for the Black community. We know twas the night before Christmas. I mean, you can't beat that sound
In
in a
my
Black
mind.
household.
Do.
You
Okay.
can't beat it.
Jingle Bells is a classic. I think you got to have a.
Definitely. I think you got to have Jingle Bells on there. I think also the Christmas song. I think that also transcends color lines.
Chestnuts. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm looking.
What else you got on there? What's the remaining amount that hasn't
I think
been?
you got to have a Rudolph or a Frosty, one or the other. It's not both. I think you got to have.
True, true. Which one do you find more? Okay, no, no, no. We got to pick out of three: Rudolph, Frosty, or Grinch. Ooh, I didn't realize how hard that choice is gonna be.
Bro, I don't know. Put a pause on that. You got to have a Carol of the Bells.
Oh, how did we not say that?
Yeah, and Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
I don't know. I think
Maybe.
Mommy Kissing Santa Claus might
Okay,
fall to the wayside.
asterisk. Um, oh, Let It Snow. Not the Boys to
Yeah.
Men version, but the
Any
classic.
any version, any version.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Let It Snow is on there for sure. Okay, so we got 9 strong that we know are on there right now. Not counting your question about Rudolph, Frosty, or the Grinch.
Mm.
And here's the challenge. Is it one of the animal songs? Or do we go back to the church? Because I gotta ask about First Noel. Or
First Noel's
Away
not
in a
up there.
Manger.
Away
Huh?
in a Manger is up there. Not First Noel, but Away in a Manger is up there for me. There's nothing cuter than a child's first solo in their life. Away in a Manger. Oh, it just blesses me so much. Ah, that's hard. Okay.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. So many, and we haven't even gotten into like if we just talking like specifically, um,
I can
White Winter Hymnal.
nah, that ain't making my top 10. That ain't making my top 10. Like, nah.
Well, I'll say a specific rendition by a
Let's
group
say
is my in my top 10,
different
but
group.
the
Yeah,
song itself, you're right,
generic
you're right,
top
you're
10.
right, you're right.
Like, because we ain't talking about Kirk. Like,
My
but
favorite things. How do you feel about my favorite things?
it doesn't always jump out as a Christmas song to me, but yet again, I understand why it's played heavily at Christmas.
You know, this is true. If we're really, because we didn't put Winter Wonderland in our top 10, did we?
It's in there right now. Well, no, we did not. We put White Christmas in there.
I think if we're talking about a Christmas playlist and not a winter one, we do have to stick true.
Your Christmas holiday playlist. It's all in. It's all one. It's all one.
Nah, you can bump winter until January,
You're not
February.
bumping Winter Wonderland in late January. Come on now. That's a
Well,
Christmas
true,
song.
true,
That's a
true,
Christmas song.
true. Never mind, never mind.
Come on. Come on,
I
bro.
just thought about the lyrics. The first two words,
Bingo.
sleigh bells.
Hmm.
Okay, I think our last pick out of the 10, this is just my opinion. I think it should be Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I think it's a
Okay, I'll give you Rudolph, but I gotta take off Jingle Bells.
okay.
And I
And you
think
gonna replace it with
I
one.
gotta go for Away in a Manger.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, so Away in a Manger. Okay, so right now we got 10 songs. We got 10. Not in any order yet, except for number one, which we know. Out of this 10, 1, 2, 3 are gospel or are religious based. Oh Holy Night, Silent Night, and Away in a Manger. The other 7 are secular. But also, I wouldn't call Carol the Bell secular though. So the other 6 are secular. One is kind of just there. So the 10 we have is Oh Holy Night, This Christmas, Santa's Coming to Town, White Christmas, Silent Night, Away in a Manger, The Christmas Song, Carol of the Bells, Let It Snow, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Okay.
Number one is Oh Holy Night.
Yeah.
What do we think is at number 2 out of this list?
I think hold up. Let's go number 10 first. Let's go number
Okay,
10.
so the bottom.
Yep.
Rudolph. Easy.
What's the list again?
Oh Holy Night.
Okay. Take out what we already ranked. We already ranked all of
Okay. This Christmas, Santa Claus Coming to Town, White Christmas, Silent Night, Away in a Manger, The Christmas Song, Carol of the Bells, Let It Snow, and Rudolph. Rudolph is the
Rudolph.
worst out of that to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 9,
I hate to put it there, but if we're just talking about song along, it has to be this Christmas.
I'm with you. Okay, no, yep, I'm with you. Okay, yep, I'm with you. I can dig that. 8,
8.
Let It Snow. Let It Snow. It's basic. It's a good one. You need it, but it's very.
It
There's nothing
is.
special
You're
about it.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I was attempted to make sure, but yeah, you're right.
So we got all right. So number 7, we have remaining Carol of the Bells, The Christmas Song, Away in a Manger, Silent Night, White Christmas, Santa Coming to Town.
7, Santa Coming to Town.
Okay, interesting. I'm with it so far. Okay, so 6.
This is where it starts getting hard.
I think 6. I'm low key Away in a Manger. That's what I was low key thinking for 7, but
And this is what I was thinking too, because I was like, I know Away in a Manger on this list is not reaching top 5.
it can't. It's a good. I need it, but
It's good, but up against these other songs. Okay, Away in a Manger, 6.
so we have the top 4 outside of Oh Holy Night, or now top 5. We have remaining Silent Night, White Christmas, The Christmas Song, Carol of the Bells.
White Christmas, number 5. How you feel about that?
I'm not mad because honestly, what I would want to put at number 4 is what I would have was leaning to is Carol of the Bells. But I'm cool with
Oh,
that.
that is where we might, because I'm thinking Carol of the Bells, number 2.
We'll see. Okay, so let's go with that for number 4 for right now. Like I said, we once we see
Okay, okay.
so Carol at number 4. So that means 2 and 3 is between Silent Night and The Christmas Song. I'll jump out there and say I'll for a generic top 10. I'll put The Christmas Song at number 2, Silent Night at number 3.
I'm fine with that list.
Okay, so let's see. Silent Night.
As much as I hate
All right.
to put Silent Night
So here's how we have it.
in the top 3.
Our top 10 generic Christmas songs. This is nobody's specific version. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Let it This Christmas. Number 8 is Let It Snow. Number 7, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Number 6, Away in a Manger. Number 5, White Christmas. Number 4, Carol of the Bells. Number 3, Silent Night. Number 2, The Christmas Song. And number 1, Oh Holy Night. I'm not mad at that. I'm not
That's, I
mad at that at
think
all.
that could beat a lot of people's list if we're just talking about
Yeah,
generic
generic. Yeah, this isn't.
Christmas songs. We're not
Yeah,
talking about a specific version. I think that'll beat anybody's list.
there's one that we haven't mentioned yet, which is the Charlie Brown one. Christmas Time is Here.
I think, but I think that could be a whole nother topic in itself. What like movie themed Christmas songs?
Well, I mean,
I think you could develop a whole top 10 on that.
but don't complicate it because I mean that one's from a movie, but it gets covered by everybody. It's a standard. It's a Christmas
But
standard.
it was made popular. I'm talking about like movie Christmas songs that were made popular specifically through a television show or a movie.
I mean, there's a lot of them. A lot of them are. Like
Frosty the Snowman,
White
Rudolph the
Christmas.
Red-Nosed
Yeah, so
Reindeer,
like that's not as
Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
that's not as special as I think is what you may believe it to be. Because a lot of these are from programming.
It is, but I think you could battle it out to see like which one falls in the top 10
You'd have to
because
do
it is a lot.
you'd have to do the research to find out what some of these old classics were, the originals of those.
True. True.
So if you can do that, gotta present it. I'm here, but we'll see what happens.
It's a lot of research in that boy.
Well, hey, and I know Gen Z don't like to work.
Not when I could have TikTok do it for me.
Y and Z conversation between the generations. All right, so that's our top 10 of generic Christmas songs. So this isn't about the specific artist version. This is just taking the song for what it is. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, This Christmas, Let It Snow, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Away in a Manger, White Christmas, Carol of the Bells, Silent Night, The Christmas Song, and at number 1, Oh Holy Night. That is our joint top 10. Let us know yours. Do you agree with it?
Please let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know. We always here with some good discussion like that. Now, before we get out of here, we got to talk some specific versions because some of these.
So just run the top 10 with specific versions.
Oh, you want to make me do that? I don't have my library sorted right now like that.
Oh, I already know. If I'm talking about like my number one Oh Holy Night rendition, it's gonna be Pavarotti.
Interesting choice.
Pavarotti sang the fat off of his body, the eyebrows off of his face, singing Oh Holy Night in Italian and English.
That is a beautiful classic version of that song. If you're gonna make so many versions. I don't want to go Yolanda. It's not Yolanda.
Oh, that's a good one.
Jennifer Hudson just dropped a good version of that with her new album.
Yes.
She took it to church a little, but I like SWV's version. What SWV did with it. Like Coco just doing what Coco does.
Yeah.
And it's got that 90s touch to it. The Christmas song, another one.
Oh, I mean don't get me wrong.
It's Nat King Cole, but
I don't know. I can't help but go original on that one.
Yeah, like that King Cole is.
I think this is just another one. No offense to anybody else who else has tried to do it, but Silent Night is gonna be the Temptations for me.
Okay. So to me, there's two different categories. It's because the Temptations version might as well low key be an original. Like it's so different from anybody else
because people have done spinoffs of their version.
So with a song like Silent Night, I'm not considering the Temptations one is an all-time classic, great in its own right. Like because it's not fair. Like it's dominating anybody else in the category, and this is one of those songs that is just too like. The regular version, the not stylized version that the Temptations did, is just as beautiful with the right person. So I said, I'm not hating on the stylized. It's great in its own right. And perfection. But when you got the right singer, I love what Tori Kelly did with Silent. She's got a version of Silent Night that is just
let me open up my playlist.
Special. But Mariah gets credit. Like Mariah's got a version of Silent Night that is not, Boys to Men with their acapella one. Like that's, Silent Night got so many versions. There isn't just one.
It really does.
Of that. It's ridiculous. Like if you never
I will say this.
He got one. It's crazy.
Okay, if I can't choose the Temptations because they're on stick version, Take 6. As my favorite version of Silent Night.
That is a good one. I don't want to do all 10 of these. Let me see.
Is Winter Wonderland was on our list, right?
No, White Christmas. Which I think you gotta do is Bing Crosby. That's
the first one you go to.
There is space for, shall we say, it's gonna
baby face.
No. There is space in this, and it's gonna sound so bad. That world that the MAGA folk love to talk about when they talk about Make America Great Again, back when it's respectability, racist, 50s, clean cut air. Say what you want.
That music.
So some of that racist, respectability, clean cut Christmas music. Oh, that makes me feel
When I say, I was like, because I be in my head, think about that, Clark. I'll be like, hold up. Am I loving this music that was not? I was like, if I was supposed to be jamming to this back in the day, I would have to listen from the back door.
well, no, granted, there is a version of that song of Bing Crosby a crossover with Ella. He does a duet
With
with
Ella
Ella
Fitzgerald?
Fitzgerald, and it's ooh, I love
How
that's
did
a
I not know that
that is a
existed?
ooh yeah find it on YouTube. That is a good one. Bing Crosby version of White Christmas with Ella. It's one of those, yeah, I can get away with it. But man, yeah, there is a special place in that. And since we talking about old school, I gotta mention where is she? Where is she? Mahalia Jackson. Have you ever listened like Mahalia Jackson's Christmas album just puts me in that grandma's house old school music, like as my wife calls it, it'll put her to sleep because it's just it's that old
Mahalia
school gospel, just
Jackson. She's just one of them, bro.
like Mahalia's version of Silent Night. Oh God,
Seriously great.
oh
Seriously really good.
just it just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Just puts me in a
And I think even with Santa is coming to town, I think there's only one. There's one untouchable. That's the Jackson 5.
I'm not gonna lie. Ella Fitzgerald got a version of that, which is jazzy and slaps too. The Jackson Vibes is good. But yeah, that's a closer race for me. There's yeah, Jackson 5.
Really?
I think Jackson 5's version of I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus
Oh,
is
yes.
more
It's
separate from the
more
pack than
okay.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
I agree. I agree. And like while we are talking about certain artists, like there's still because there's just so many Christmas albums, Christmas songs by every genre group of artists, right? So we not purposely even out people because I mean we
We
could
gonna
talk
we gonna
about every year,
we gonna
every
part
Christmas by
we gonna
Luther
part
Vandross.
okay, yeah,
It's still a classic.
we gonna part two this because yeah, we got
We definitely have to.
yeah, I agree. We gonna part two this because yeah, there's a lot more to get into. We'll frame it in another way. Don't oh here we go. We're gonna hit you with our individual top tens.
Yeah,
Because that should be good. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. But once again, share some of your favorites below. I'll share my playlist in the bio if you want a good taste. It's got a lot: jazz, classics, contemporary, all kinds
every
of stuff. Like
last
I said,
thing on that.
about 22 versions of Silent Night. And it plays repeatedly. It's just that good. But like, share, subscribe. It's good to tap in with this, like with you, brother. Because I said I
Yeah,
don't hate. I love Christmas music. I love it.
love
Once
it, bro.
again, I'll go heavy with it. It's all I'm gonna put on rotation.
All year
No,
long.
no, no. From the minute the Thanksgiving meal is in my belly, and I'll give it to maybe January 2nd. After that, it's a wrap. But that's why I'm cool going heavy during that short stretch all year long. No, go sit down somewhere. Like, share, subscribe. Why is easy to divide? The real Xavier Lewis, J Clark 787. Appreciate any time you have chosen to spend with us. And until next week,
Peace.
take that damn blue hat off.